What is up? It is White Trash Donnie. How are we doing tonight? Thank you for joining Trailer Talk Thursday. We have special guest John BloomBeards who will be here shortly to join us tonight. We will have Beard Feud. We will also put John in the hot seat for a rapid fire. As you know, I like to start out the show with the White Trash tips of the day. By no way are these endorsed or promoted or anything by the companies that are on the show. Something I like to do to have a little bit of fun of. So a little bit of fun with. So the first one, obviously, will replay someone's previous, and then we'll have a new one for today. So why fart and waste it when you can burp and taste it? So instead of stinky air, you savor the flavor. Next one, the boss makes a dollar, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time. That will save you roughly $21 in toilet paper for the year, and you will get paid 40 hours to sit on the John. The next one is a little rated R. So if any kids in the building, go ahead and cover your ears for the moment. So if you want to save $250,000, cars, college tuition, anything like that, you better tell your girl if she doesn't want a gut, she takes it in the, you know what. I won't finish that because we are PG-13. And kind of a dating tip here. So if you're out on a first date, second date, just let her know, hey, instead of beating around the bush, you'd rather be in the bush. I don't know if that will get you slapped or work in your favor. Try it. Let me know. Get back with me on that. And the one of today is, in the words of Donnie Dirt, life's a cesspool, just swim it. So there you have it. And we have John joining us. What is up, Mr. BloomBeards himself?
Yo, yo, what's happening?
How is everyone doing tonight? I see we got Van Tony in the house, E-Rock, Bearded Wolverine, Joshua Ricks, E-Rock, Ellie, Russ, Miami Beard. Thanks for joining us. We have an action-packed night as well. Like I said, we have Beard Feud. I got a little bit fancy, so I got the questions loaded and ready to go. And we will also put John on the rapid-fire hot seat tonight and see how he fares out. So I have only had one experience with BloomBeards. It's been fantastic, and that is with the actually won this. It's the Sublime. I don't know if you can really see the label that well with this camera, but it is a sharp citrus, sweet tobacco, and carbonation. So right off the bat, I get that citrus with a it's like super zest. You know, the carbonation pops. Once it kind of mellows out in beard, you get the light tobacco behind it. So for me, the tobacco is definitely an undertone, and the citrus is up front with that bang of the zest or the carbonation. Um, the
You nailed it, man.
is definitely fantastic. Put it in your hand and it melts right away. So that's the only experience I've had with BloomBeards. Nothing but positive. The scent duration, I got about 6 to 7 hours out of this, and light to medium viscosity in this one. And I got a surprise package here. I do not know what's in it, so we will open that together tonight and see what we have. So, John, tell us how you got started in the business. What made you kind of get into the beard game and future plans, any things like that?
Yeah, so first of all, thanks for everybody for popping in. I see a lot of names in there, Ellie and Donald and E-Rock, Russ, a bunch of people that I talk to off and on. So, if you guys know anybody else that can pop on in. Hopefully we'll have some fun tonight and just kind of hang and chill. Now, a lot of people in the beard community kind of know I've been around for 6 years now. So I'm kind of new to the community, but I've had Bloombeards for since 2015. So I'm not new to the game per se, but the community a little bit. And it wasn't even kind of one of those things that started out, hey, I want to start a beard business, I want to do this. It kind of happened by chance. Like a lot of guys, I started making my own stuff, started growing out the beard. I've always had facial hair, but I was always kind of like a goatee guy and kept kind of like a short business beard, more of a stubble. And then, one no shave November, just started growing it out. Got to the end of the month and was like, hey, I kind of like this. I'm going to keep it and see what happens. And I went like 3 or 4 months and just really liked it. I liked the full beard. I liked having it. It was something different for me. And continued to kind of make my own products and use those. And they worked really well. And I gave them as gifts to a couple friends. And from there, it just kind of spiraled. They liked them, started asking me for more. One kid was like, hey, you should start a business. I'm like, dude, it's just something I do for myself basically and friends. And, from there, it just kind of picked up and people kept asking me. So long story short, I took it to my barber, who's a fantastic barber. I said, hey, see what you think. Is this something that your customers would like, or is there a need for it? And test it out on some people and let me know what the feedback is. So we kind of did that for about 6 months, and the feedback was great. So we just kind of were like, you know what, let's try it and see what happens. If people want it, if there's a need, if there's nobody local that does this, let's have some fun with it. So that's kind of how we started, and kind of been here ever since.
Awesome. So yeah, I've seen you around a little bit on some of the other shows and things like that. So I said, let me reach out and see if we can get them on the Trailer Talk edition. So
Sweet. Well, glad to be here, man.
thank you for coming on. We are glad
Yeah,
to
for
have
sure.
you there. So let me go into the comments. I have so much going on my screen. If I do miss your comments, I do apologize. We got Donald Long. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Wolverine. Everyone hit the thumbs up. Invite your mammy, your pappy, your ninth cousin, whoever you have out there. We do have a fun beard feud tonight and a giveaway as well. So you don't want to miss it. And we got Vato. Vato's always in the house.
What's up,
And
Vada?
so, all right. So let's start. Let me get back here. We're going to do an increments. We're going to do 2 questions at a time, and then a little bit of chat, and I'll unbox what I have, and then we will go from there. So this is a general consensus. I didn't come up with the answers myself. So Beard Feud, kind of like Family Feud, but in the company of beards. Excuse me. So I'm drinking a beer and I got it twisted. So first question. So what's the first thing you would do if you inherited $1 million? First thing you would do if you inherited $1 million. All right, don't all answer at one time, guys. I will highlight your comment there, E-Rock, in one moment. So, what is the first thing you would do if you inherited $1 million? Invest in Bitcoin,
Some of these are pretty good. I like these answers.
bills, buy a house. All right, we'll give you 5 more seconds, and we will show you the answer. Buy land and build a house. It's a good plan, Ellie. Always want some land with that. Pay off debt and invest. All right, so the general consensus on question 2, dang it, I gave you question 2 already, is quit your job, followed by, I got to make these bigger because I cannot see them, a new car and a new house. So let's go see who had the new house. All right, so on my side, Vato is the first, followed by Ellie with a house. So Vato, you take question number 1, and I'm going to go back to Vato's question statement. Word on the street is if we get Donnie really drunk, he'll give away his trailer. Probably. So we're not going to do that. I'm toning it down. Yeah, last stream I kind of gave away a bunch of stuff. So we got to tone that down. All right. So question number 2. And I'm sorry if this is small on your end. It's super small on my end. I thought it was a little bit bigger, but hey, I'm making progress. So number 2, name the month in the year that has the most babies born. The most babies born. What month would that be?
Is COVID considered a month?
Right.
Because I feel like that'd be a pretty good answer right about now.
Especially during lockdown, everyone was stuck at home. So only 2 things to do. Well, 3 things: drink beer, eat, and yeah, you know what? So Shaky has the correct answer. Shaky Review, thanks for coming in. Shaky's Review. The correct answer is November. And we will pop that up on the banner. So November followed by September. All right, so we got 2 different winners on the 2 different questions. John, if you want to talk for a moment, I'm going to open this and turn my mic off so I don't blow everybody's eardrums out and get these packages open.
Yep, sure. So you guys have any questions for me? Anybody in the chat? Anything that you can think of that I can answer, or whatever you guys want to talk about? I'm an open book, so fire away if you guys got anything you want to know. I know Vato's not quiet, so see if he throws a question in there somewhere. Crickets. So, hey, what's up, Joey? So I'm actually located in, it's called Niles. We're about an hour south of Cleveland. So I'm Northeast Ohio. I'm about 10, 15 minutes from Youngstown, if anybody knows where that's at. So let's see. We got Russ here. Do I ever share products with patients? What exactly do you mean by that, Russ? As far as just if you could be a little more specific, like patients that I treat because I work in the medical field. With COVID stuff, obviously I can't share direct product. I do give stuff away sometimes. I've been known to, like, during Christmas time, I'll toss the guy working like the Salvation Army bell a free balm or an oil if I've got stuff with me, or we do a lot of donations for local stuff around our area as well as in the community. So I'm always trying it. Matter of fact, the other day I went to ship out an order, and there's a young dude that works at the post office near me who's got a beard. So we've talked a few times, and he just kind of looked like he was having a crappy day. So I gave him my order, and I ran back out to the car, and I was going to restock a local place. And I grabbed one of the oils. I went back in and I tossed it to him. I'm like, "Hey, everybody, have a good Christmas." So he was pretty stoked. So all things like that throughout the day, just to kind of make somebody smile and improve their day a bit.
Right. Definitely. So, do you currently offer any balms?
So here's the thing: we did when we rebranded in June, we did butters, oils, and balms in all the scents. But what we found over the last, well, 6 months is the balms sell really slowly. The amount of butter we sell compared to balm is night and day. So what we decided to do, because I work full time, I have a family, we have a little 4-year-old girl. For me to make 6 different scents in balm, oil, and butter, plus we do soaps, we do other stuff as well, tattoo salve, we do a bunch of different lip balms. So for me to make all of that in house, except for the soaps, it just didn't make sense to keep the balms right now, especially in 6 different scents, because it was sitting and it wasn't moving. One thing I will say is our butters, once people try our butter, I don't know that they're really going to want a balm. Balms are a little bit more specific for somebody really looking for control. Our butter does give a little bit of hold to it without any beeswax in it. So a lot of times, like if your beard's just a little bit curly or you've got some flyaways, our butter is going to take care of that without feeling waxy. So it's almost like a little bit of an in between compared to what are. So hopefully that kind of answers it. You might even be able to use our butter without needing a balm.
Yeah, man. And honestly, I'm a balm kind of guy, but I've started getting into the butters a little bit more, and yours literally just melts right in the hand, and I mean has a decent hold in it. So, yeah, I would. It's not obviously you don't have the beeswax and the extreme hold, but it does
Yep.
have a light to medium hold in it. So I'm slowly getting converted to butters myself. I tried to dabble in them here in Florida, but I got to get some specific butters that have a high melt temperature. Um,
Yep.
so Vato is like the person that sticks around and you don't know who he really is. We're gonna get him IG one day. We're gonna have to talk him into it. So, and
That'd
then
be monumental if that happens.
right. So Wolverine has a pretty good question. The beard market seems to be very saturated with beard companies. What challenges do you face as an owner to set your company apart in the industry?
Man, that's a great question, Wolverine. It's really a tough industry, man. I mean, I have the benefit of being around for the last 6 years. And 6 years ago, there wasn't a whole lot of mainstream beard care. You look back and you see guys like Detroit was around. Um, Beard Brand was one of the first kind of mainstream companies. Other than that, a lot of the small batch companies, if they were around, it was all local. There wasn't a whole lot in a community like this. So it's
Right.
tricky now because there are so many companies. And I think the tough thing too is the barriers to entry to get into this type of business are really low. I think that's why you see so many companies. It doesn't take a lot to start up. Anybody can essentially do it. There's not a lot of regulations. So unfortunately, we see it's a double-edged sword. Fortunately, we see a lot of really good companies come along and really do great stuff, even from the beginning. There's not that learning curve that there was 6 years ago where you had to figure things out and, to research stuff. And, there's so much information now that you can look at before you start a company. I think the main thing now is just every company has kind of their own niche, you could say. You look at somebody like a Fable Beard company. So Fable does, he caters towards gamers and wizards and in that kind of genre, right? And a lot of his main marketing is his artwork, and it's collectible. So people want to have the whole collection. He's really, really good at that, and that's kind of his thing. You look at other companies like like a Magic City. They're very clean. It's very representative of Florida and Miami, where they're from, and that's kind of the Miami lifestyle in a beer company. I think with us, we're just a little different. My whole thought process has always been I want people to grow with our brand and have it be like a little mini community in itself, right? So where it's positive all the time, we lift each other up, we have a good time. If there's anything I can do to help, I'm going to help, whether that's products, whether that's information, whether that's, hey, sell something. We don't do washes and conditioners, but if I know a company that I use that's really good, I'll send customers to them. I love involving other people that are doing things the right way. So, I like to think of our company as just like just a really good place to get information and to learn and be educated, as well as, have some access to some really good quality products that we feel work really, really well.
Very good answer. Yeah. So I started growing my beard one in 2016, and the market was very minimal at that time. I think my first company I tried was DGC and then Mountaineer brand. Those were the only two that I really found at that time, and everything was pretty much basic since. Now it's evolved so much. There's 5, 6, 7, 8 cents in one bottle. Back then it was, cedarwood. There you go. That's what you get.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Joey said he's from Springfield, Ohio, but he lives in Tampa,
Okay.
Florida now.
Yeah, for sure.
I wore my Detroit hat just because I'm a Michigan fan and we stomped Ohio State. I don't know if you're an Ohio State fan, but just got to rub that in a little bit.
Yeah, so I went
Uh,
to YSU, and that's where Tressel is the head of the university right now. It's 15 minutes from me.
okay, very
So
cool.
yeah,
Yep.
he's a big part of our local history, basically.
Yeah, that was the first time Michigan won in, gosh, 15 years, something like that. I don't know. It's been a long time. So I'm going to sulk it in. And Donald, another good question. Talk about some awesome lip balm. What made you get into that market?
So the lip balms have actually been around since we first started. The first show I did 6 years ago was actually a craft show at a hospital I work at. And I was like, I don't know how this is going to go. It's a craft show with a bunch of women, and we'll just try it and we'll see what happens. So I had like zero expectations going in, and it's probably like 2 days before the craft show. I was like, you know what? I feel like we need to have some other stuff besides just the beard care stuff. And I basically just made up a couple hundred chapsticks, flavors that I thought were really unique, something different, and a formula that I thought would work really well. And we just kind of ran with it. And that show, within 8 hours, I sold out. We had nothing left,
Oh,
and
wow.
it was crazy. It was totally unexpected. And that was kind of like the eye opener of like, oh wow, there definitely is a need for this stuff locally.
Right.
And the feedback was really good. So the lip balms are actually, it's kind of funny. We actually have like people that follow us just for the lip balms. Um, and it's cool because my thought was, like, I worked with a lot of people in the past that use lip balms all the time, guys that use it. And it's like every time you pull out a lip balm, it's either unflavored, honey, or mint if you're a guy. There just aren't a lot of options in the store, and a lot of lip balms that you buy are crap anyway. So it was like, hey, let's do something different that goes with our beard care stuff. Let's do some really cool, creative flavors for lip balm that guys wouldn't be embarrassed to pull out, if they're out with a group of buddies, or they're on a date, or they're with friends. So we do like an old fashioned, which is orange and
Yeah.
cherry. Um,
And
we do
that's
a
the one
bourbon
I got in there,
blackberry.
the old
Yeah, yeah.
fashioned.
We've done we've done probably 30 different types of lip balm since we started. We did a coffee, blueberry, lemon one time, which was insane. So I always try and come up with stuff that you're not going to find in the store as far as the lip balm is concerned.
Yep. And I got the old fashioned, and it's good enough to eat.
Yeah,
Took a
yeah.
nice little
I
chunk
wouldn't
out of it,
suggest it, but
right. Yeah, and being up north, I grew up in Michigan, like I said. So in the wintertime, we definitely use our chapstick a little more than the summertime. But
yep.
so Shaky's reviews, E-Rock Vato's the creepy uncle you should be in prison, but can't figure out why he isn't. So all right, everyone's showing Vato some love tonight. Uh,
What's up,
E-Rock
Daniel?
says lip balms are awesome.
Appreciate that, man.
Did he say tattoo solve? So you have tattoo care as well?
Yeah, so we actually have, let me grab one. So we actually, I don't even have them loaded on the website yet, and it might be a little hard to see here, but we have what we call a skin and ink salve. So basically, I've got some people with some newer and some older ink testing them out on tattoos right now as well. It was originally designed as a skin salve. So my wife and I work in a hospital. We're washing our hands 50 times a day. So we get to the point in the wintertime up here in Ohio that our fingers would actually crack because they were so dry.
Yep.
So we tried everything, and no creams and lotions would work. So we kind of came up with this, and man, it's been a game changer as far as just keeping skin from drying out. It's incredible, and it's an all natural. The scent on it is rosemary and eucalyptus. We only do one scent in it, and it is just it's fantastic. Probably one of the most underrated products that we sell by far. So I'm curious to see the feedback from some people that have some older ink, um, to see how it does as far as like a tattoo restoration type of salve or cream to kind of bring that artwork back to being more vibrant and less dull.
Yeah, and I'm OCD as far as washing my hands since the outbreak and things like that. So literally, I
Yep.
have one spot on my knuckle right here. I can't. I mean, I've tried everything, so I'll probably have to pick up some of your solve and
Yeah, for
see if I
sure.
can't get it to heal.
And what's cool too is this jar. It's a 2 ounce jar, just like our butters are. And I don't know if you can see the texture in there. It's super thick, but it soaks in really, really well. And a jar like this will last you 6 months probably. I mean,
Okay.
it takes such a small amount. Um, so it's I think people with tattoos are gonna love it. Unfortunately, it's kind of funny. We make a tattoo salve. I don't have a single tattoo anywhere. So I know a lot of people that have artwork and tats by us. So I kind of threw it out to them to do some testing. Joe, from the cousins, has actually had a bottle of our tattoo salve for a while,
Okay.
that he's used on both his skin and his tats too. So he's kind of
Awesome. Yeah.
collecting some feedback for us as well.
Very cool. So Diablo, this is the Obi Ocean Dixon flannel. So, and Vic, how do you like Tampa Joey? All right. So this one, Ellie, you're gonna have to do this now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So Ellie's famous for the water and Oreo challenge. So let's get her to do a new one. Oreos and sour cream. Yay or nay, Ellie? I think you should. What's up, Disney? Thanks for coming in. He's the one that got me
What's up,
started
Daniel?
in this madness. Thanks a lot, Disney. All right,
He
let me.
is the one that hooked us up, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got me started in this madness. So,
There you go.
but I wouldn't trade it for the world. Everyone I've met and friends along the way, and all right, I'm trying to skim through the comments, questions, so I don't miss anyone. What's up, Daniel the Bearded? Thanks for coming in. All right, no joke today. A guy put ketchup on his fried chicken. Okay, that's different. All right. So we will pull up the next two questions in the bearded feud or beard feud. And I'm sorry for my slowness. I got to get better at operating this laptop. So, question number 3: name something you really hope your airplane pilot isn't doing. Name something you hope your airplane pilot isn't doing.
Boy, that could go a lot of different ways, huh?
Right? Oh, so Shaky's review said he's doing it tonight. So I'm assuming the Oreo and sour cream. All right, I look forward to that one. Definitely want to see that. So, sleeping, sleeping, drinking, sleeping, sleeping, smoking weed, smoking weed. and Bearded Wolverine having you know what. So let's go and see what the general consensus is. And that will be taking a nap. So let's go back and see who said sleeping first. On my end, it will be Donald Long. Donald Long. So Donald takes the third question. We are going to hop to the fourth. We have 7 questions tonight, so I don't want to take too much time. The cousins do come on at 9 o'clock, so I try to be respectful of their time and respectful of John's time as well for coming on, and I don't want to keep him all night.
No,
All
you're
right,
good,
so
man.
question number 4. After how many dates is a relationship considered serious? So after how many dates would you consider your relationship serious? 1 date, 3 dates, 5 dates? All right, we got Daniel the Bearded first with 6. We got Diablo with 4, Van Tony with 3, Russ with 9.
So Wolverine, I don't know if you saw the like the number 4 answer for the last question, but stewardess was on there for the pilot question.
Yeah,
So
that was.
technically you weren't wrong.
All right. I think I see a couple answers. Let me pull up the answers. And the general consensus is 5 dates. And I think Donald Long got that one again. Yes, he did. He just beat Shaky's review. So we got Donald Long 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4. So congratulations on that. We got Vato with the first answer, Shaky's reviews with the second answer, and Donald Long with 3 and 4. So I will take a moment and go over some of these products I got in. And then we will go through 5 and 6. And if we have a tie, we have a question 7. And then don't forget, we still have John in the hot seat for rapid fire. There's about 10 questions, and he has to come off the top of his head, first thing that comes to mind. So it's boom, 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 boom. And that should be fun to see what he has to come up with. So the 2
Sweet.
scents I have tonight are Deeply Rooted, which is dark leather cologne. And then I have the Moala, which is invigorating and tropical. So when I think of invigorating, everyone knows I'm a tropical or a super dark fanatic. So you probably did that for a reason. So thank you for that. Now the invigorating, will you get a scent or a pop of zest or a pop of carbonation with that invigoration / tropical or?
On this one, no, you really shouldn't. This
Okay.
one's going to be more of like a smooth kind of. It's got a little bit of bite to it, but it's a little bit sweet as well.
Okay.
So we'll see kind of what you think. Let's see how good your nose is here.
I get pineapple,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of peppermint.
You got it, man. Nailed it.
Okay. Yep. I get the pineapple up front. You got the light peppermint. Gonna dab it up and warm it up. Let's see. So again,
Yeah.
this one's a little more medium viscosity. So
Yeah, and we wanted to do with the Mohala is just keep it kind of simple. Sometimes some of our other scents have 8, 9 different kind of profiles in them. This one's just 2. It's real simple,
but it's
and
super
it's
good.
one of those scents that's clean.
So once you warm it up, you get the pineapple a little heavier, followed by the light undertones of mint. I would say mint is probably the middle. You know, you got the top note of pineapple, mid of the peppermint. So
Yep, agree.
very well rounded. Very well rounded. I like that one. So and the butters, Florida made it. So that's a shocker sometimes. I mean, we are pretty chilly, so chilly for us. We're in like the 50s at nighttime, so that's why I've been wearing my flannels the last couple of weeks. But so that's definitely a good scent. If you haven't tried it, go ahead and grab you that one. I'm kind of biased. I am a tropical fanatic, so anything tropical I will wear. So this one is Deeply Rooted. It's a dark leather cologne.
Nice. Matt the Bearded, appreciate that comment, buddy. Same thing with Donald. And Russ, I love it. He called you a bloodhound.
See, it's just the right touch of leather. It's not overly leatherly. However you want to say it. There's not too much leather in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like a cowhide leather. It's more of it's a fresh leather.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm admittedly not a huge leather fan. It's not the first profile I would ever go to. If I had to pick one, I'm definitely a citrus guy.
Okay.
But I wanted to put out a leather that was still true to being leather forward, but had a lot of stuff mixed in it that made it unique but wearable for a lot of people, even if they aren't like a big leatherhead.
Yep, and it's
expensive kind of smelling cologne type of vibe to it.
Yep, and it's not overly cologne-y, I would say, not overly powerful, but it all meshes very well together. So now I have three. I have the Sublime, the Moala, and the Deeply Rooted. So definitely some bangers in there. I love the zest of the Sublime, but I love the tropical of Moala. So if I'm going to pick, it's going to be Moala, Sublime, and then Deeply Rooted. So let's get back to some of the comments that I have missed.
Just as an FYI there, Donnie, mix a little bit of Mohala with the Sublime.
Now that does sound pretty good. All right, so I'm going to do that in the morning before I go to work, and I will let you know what I think. So Daniel the Bearded said, Donald must have the answers. Wolverine, Donald won. #rigged. So get on your game, guys. Get on your game. So, Donnie, have you tried Sweet Success? I have not yet. BloomBeards is on my list to try. I'm doing my rounds. So, Vic, definitely. If I know you, I'm going to say Moala. So, Ellie, BloomBeards is freaking awesome.
Appreciate that, Ellie.
Question, John, is Sublime still one of your top sellers?
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, we've done a lot, kind of everything. They're all fairly equal. I would say if I had to pick one, it's probably either Sublime or Sweet Success that are probably just edging out the rest of it. I think part of that too is because we did the rebrand in June, so anything that was more tropical or summery, it was just a good time of year to have that in our lineup. And then Joe and Kyle both really loved the Sublime when we released it on their channel too. So I think that just got a lot of people interested to buy it initially, and the feedback was really good. So I think that helped as well, just kind of get it out there a little more because that was one of the first we released.
What's up, Postway? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's you get a punch right out the right out of the bottle. Very zest. It's carbonation, but it's to me, it's just super zesty, which I love. So definitely invigorating and gives you a little tingle. The good tingle though. So not one you'll need penicillin for. That's my joke of the night. All right. So Ellie said Sublime is divine. Yes, Wolverine, get yourself some BloomBeard. I know you've been around a little bit, so you've been sleeping on them. Shaky and Vato are the prioritized boys, just trying to make it. Prioritized boys. Okay, yep, that little song. Thanks a lot, Shaky. Now it's going to be stuck in my head all night. I'm going to be singing it while I'm sleeping. I'm just an island boy trying to make it. I need to do like a mock, like a skit. Like, I'm just a trashy boy in my trashy trailer. So, all right, let's get back to the questions before I get too rowdy. All right, I got to stay calm tonight. I do have to work tomorrow, so I am going to be on my best behavior. So, question number 5. All right, the ones that are complaining that Donald's going to win, get ready. Name a profession that might sometimes require its members to be naked?
I feel like this is your chance, Wolverine.
Right. Name a profession that might sometimes require its members to be naked. And Ellie says a lip balm is also fabulous. Both of her kids like it.
Awesome.
All right, this is probably the easiest question. I probably do have a lag on my. Yep, there we go. There's the lag. Everyone comes in at once. So we got Van Tony with a stripper, Russ doctor, Ellie actor, Vato stripper, Vic with photography, E-Rock with porn star, Bearded Joey with a stripper, Diablo nude beach, stripper, porn. So that seems to be the general consensus. Let's see what everybody else thought. And it is a stripper. So let's go see who the number one stripper is. And that will be Van Tony, bringing on the stripper. So Van Tony takes question number 5. So we have Donald in the lead still with 2, Vato with 1, Shakey's Reviews with 1, and Van Tony with 1. So question number 6, this will be the final question unless we get a tie, and then we will go to question number 7. So question number 6. Name someone who was a world leader during World War II. Name someone who was a leader during World War II.
Boy,
And I
those
tried to,
questions could be polar opposites, huh?
right? Yeah, I tried to kind of throw it around a little bit opposites. A leader during World War II. We got Shakey's Review with Hitler, Churchill, Diablo, followed by El Archimundo with Churchill, Vato, not a damn clue, Mussolini, a very good guess, Wolverine. Not someone you hear very much about is Mussolini. Ellie with Winston Churchill. All right, we'll give it 5 more seconds. Get your. I wasn't born yet, Donnie. Come on, neither was I. I paid attention in history, though. Jeez. But uh, Vic, Miami Beard, if you could throw some dots in there, we will give it 5 more seconds, and then we will go see who got the correct answer. So Roosevelt is the correct answer, or the general consensus answer, followed by Hitler. So I don't think I've seen anyone with Roosevelt, but let me go back. I did see a Hitler. So actually, yeah, well, there's Donald. I see it. And let me go all the way to the top, though, just to make sure. All right, so we got. So I got E-Rock with, that was the first answer I see, and then followed by Donald. So Donald has 3 out of 6. So Donald is the winner. So hit up John with BloomBeards, and you have won yourself a combo. So thank you, John, for graciously donating that for the Beard Feud.
No problem, man.
And
Congrats, Donald.
have you tried? Throw it in the chat, Donald. Have you tried BloomBeards yet?
Trying to
All
think back
right.
if he's like I'm trying to think back if he's ordered or not. I know we had it a bunch of times, and we always say hi to each other in the lives and stuff. But
Yep. Everyone's
yeah,
saying
I thought you did,
congrats.
Donald.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
I
has
thought it
tried
was right
BloomBeards.
around when we launched.
All right. So the moment we've all been waiting for, we are going to go to the hot seat. I need a buzzer. All right. Donald Long says, pay it forward to Vato or Wolverine. So you can't give us 2. So Vato, have you tried BloomBeards? Wolverine has not. So Vato, Vato, I know you're there, Vato. Really, the only reason I know about Mussolini. Well, that's Vato or Wolverine. So, do you want to give it to Wolverine, Vato, or we'll pick a random number? I'll write it down, and we can. All right. So, E-Rock says give it to Wolverine. So, Wolverine, guess what? You get to try BloomBeards for the first time. Congratulations, buddy.
Congrats, brother.
So, just
That
hit
was
up
nice of you guys to pay it forward.
John on BloomBeards. Yeah, that's what I like about it. If someone's tried it, they always kind of pay it forward to someone that hasn't tried it. So, gets the name out there and gets it in the beards, and hopefully another individual that loves your product. So definitely the butter is top notch. It's just silky smooth and melts like a charm. So, all right, rapid fire. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
These are a little smaller than I anticipated, so hopefully I can read it. All right, I'm gonna look really weird because I'm moving my mic close so I can see this. So I do apologize. Next time I know to do several slides or make them bigger. So tapas or pasta?
Ooh, tapas. Don't tell
All
my
right.
wife that she's Italian.
All right. Ask permission or beg for forgiveness.
Permission.
Okay. If the toilet
Well,
paper
it depends on
roll,
who it is, but permission.
right. All right. If the toilet paper roll is empty, is really low, but not completely out, do you replace it or leave it?
I'm guilty. I leave it.
Okay. How many redheads are you friends with?
Oh man, not many. Not many at all. Maybe a few,
Okay.
but I'd have to really think about it to be honest.
All right. So this one is kind of tricky. What's the type of triangle with two equal sides called again?
Equilateral.
All right. What's your favorite carnival food?
I take that back. I think I missed the last one, but we'll go on.
Yep,
Favorite
it's
carnival
rapid
food.
fire.
Yeah. Favorite carnival food. Um, yeah, barbecue.
Okay. Name the word that starts with Q.
Queen.
All right. Climb a mountain or jump from a plane.
Climb a mountain for sure.
All right. If you were really hungry, would you eat bugs?
Yes.
All right. Did you go to summer camp as a kid?
No.
How long can you hold your breath for?
30 seconds? I have no clue.
All right. That's the rapid fire randomness. All right. Have you ever seen a kangaroo in person?
Yes.
All right. When people stand for a standing ovation, are you usually one of the earlier people to stand or the later?
I'd say I'm earlier.
Okay.
I'm up there in the front.
All right. So I see the sweat coming off of his brow there. So we'll let him relax for a little bit. So that was rapid fire. I got to come up with some crazier questions, I think, just to make it a little. I mean, it was still fun, but make both eyebrows sweat there. So definitely love the products I received. So thank you on that, John. I had Sublime for a little bit now, so I've been testing that. Feeling Beard is amazing. Definitely, you get that silky smooth softness in the beard that you want, and you do not have a beard wash or a conditioner, correct?
No, we have a bunch of different bar soaps. We
Okay.
actually have bar soaps that are ostrich oil based. So that's the main ingredient in them. We actually source those from another small batch company that actually owns an ostrich farm. So it's
Okay.
our way of kind of working with them, but also bringing our customers a really good product. But we don't do a wash or yet, just a lot of undertaking, and it's financially it's expensive. And when you start dealing with water and preservatives, it's a lot to do it right. So I don't want to put anything out unless I would be 100% happy with it. So we haven't went down that road yet.
Yeah, washes are very tricky. So, all right. Wolverine has one. Michigan or OSU?
Uh,
we,
Come on now. Come on now.
he's messing with you now. So, Donnie, John, where did Bloombeard's name come from?
Yeah, thanks for reposting, E-Rock. I saw it up above. man, we just wanted something different. I didn't want. There's so many like in your face, manly, Viking type names of stuff when I started this business, years ago. We wanted something different that was very approachable, but it still described us. And we went with BloomBeards because I liked the fact that Bloom wasn't overly masculine. It wasn't like an in your face kind of name, but it kind of makes people think when they hear it because they don't really know what it's about. So I think it was an attention grabber, and it really kind of went along with the fact that we want people to grow and kind of be along for the ride with us with the Bloom part of it. So it was different, and it just kind of stuck. Um, and the domain name was available, so that was helpful too.
Right. So yeah, BloomBeards is definitely unique. So not like you said. There's there's a ton of dark or Viking or So, Joey, that's much appreciated. That's what I'm trying to do, set myself apart a little bit. I do have to get better on the computer, though, and make it a little bit quicker. I'm still learning as I go, but I appreciate the positive feedback and for you coming in. Um, Joey Sparks is going Wolverines. All right, Donald Long, what is the next Bloombeard scent or product, if you can tell us?
Oh man, um, it would most likely be scents and oils for a couple reasons. One, doing this for 6 years, I've got about 30 scents we've released in the past that nobody in the community has ever tried. It's just been local. And two, I've got about six that we've done since the relaunch that are brand new that maybe one or two people have tried. I'll randomly send out like a prototype to some people when they place an order. Joe's tried quite a few, and man, there's a couple that are just absolute bangers that we just haven't put out yet. Um, I'm not. I'm a little different from some companies. I'm not a volume type of guy. I'm not going to release 50 cents in a year. It just doesn't make sense because I don't have time, and we're not a huge scale business like a lot of these other companies. We probably never will be because I have a 9 to 5 and a family. So I limit what we put out um, because I want it to be 100% awesome, and I still need to be able to keep up with everything to keep customers happy. My number one thing is keeping our customers happy. And if you're waiting for orders or if stuff's, you know, selling out because we just make too much to keep up with, it's not good for the customer. So I'd rather put out less and have it be really, really high quality than worry about doing a ton of volume and just putting out a new scent every month.
So,
Um,
E-Rock would like a peanut butter scent. So,
we did one for Joe. So Joe from the Cousins has like this hatred for peanut butter. Can't do it. So we actually he tests a lot of my stuff because we live very close to each other. So if I make something, I'll be like, hey, give me your thoughts on this. Just check it out. So I gave him an unlabeled bottle, and we did a live when he opened it, and it had peanut butter in it on purpose as a joke. And I actually got him to put it on his arm and warm it up. And we told him afterward that it had peanut butter. He had an idea that it did when he smelled it, but he wasn't sure. So I actually still have the recipe for that oil just in case I ever need it.
okay,
But it
yeah,
actually smelled really good.
that's a nice prank.
Yeah, yeah, it was
So,
fun.
and then Miami Beard Co. wants to know: have you ever thought about doing a collab with another company? I know that's been the new thing lately. There's a couple companies off the top of my head, 607 and Jelly Old Fat Man just did one. So,
Yeah, yeah. I've actually, I've got to know quite a few owners in the community just in the last 7, 8 months, and a couple I talk to pretty regularly. So I know there's one we've talked about it. Um, there was another one, but he's kind of not really active right now. Unfortunately, we were actually kind of starting to plan something, um, but he hasn't been around. Unfortunately, it was actually Scott from the Bearded Coast. Him and I used to talk pretty regularly.
okay.
Scott's a good dude, but he's not really on social anymore, and he's got some personal stuff. Um, so that's probably not going to happen just because of that. But I think that would have been fun to work with him for sure because he's a really creative dude. But there are a couple other companies that I've talked to, and we've nothing solid, but we've mentioned it and said we've kind of like to do it. So that may happen. I just don't know a time frame. We're not at that point yet.
Yep. So that seems to be the new craze is cross-company collaboration. So that should be unique and definitely pretty cool to see what's going on in the future with that. So Disney said John has the most epic unboxing video of all time. Definitely is my all-time favorite.
Yeah, that post and that video was by far the most viewed we've ever done, which was pretty funny.
Wolverine wants to know what the carrier oils are. I have them here on the bottle if you want me to go over them, if I can
Yeah, if
see
you want
it.
to go ahead.
See, the sad part is I have my contacts in too, and I still can't see. So, meadowfoam seed oil, coconut, fractionated coconut, argan, clear jojoba, shaolin, and essential and/or fragrance oil blend.
Yep, nailed it.
So,
Yeah, and
I
it's
have
our
to.
formula is very heavy on the meadow foam, for a couple reasons. One, because of the softening properties, and two, the viscosity we really like. We kind of come in at like a medium to medium light,
Yep,
um,
I would agree.
and that mixture of those five oils we feel like is the ratios are really nailed down to where that our formula is one of the best ones that I've ever tried, and I try a lot of product myself to get to E-Rock's question. It's kind of related, as far as softening me, because my beard tends to be very wiry, tends to be very curly. Um, so I've noticed a big difference when using our butter and our oil consistently, as far as just the softness of my beard. Some other companies, I love the feel in beard, but it just doesn't seem to soften as well. And for whatever reason, our formula just seems to work really well in my beard. We've had a lot of people tell us that as well, especially for being a little on the lighter side.
Yep, I would agree with the feel and beard. Um, Diablo, I'm sure he'll be back. Uh, Wolverine likes that. So Wolverine, you definitely need to get BloomBeards for sure. I have pretty much every scent from them, and they are really great feeling beard. Top of the year, must own company of 2021. So
Man, I
Disney, he
appreciate
just won him a combo tonight, so he will actually get to try BloomBeards. Vato says Metafoam and Squalene are my two favorite oils, or two favorite ones. So
Yeah, and I think, for us, what really kind of makes me happy is I think a lot of these new companies are always trying to find that next, exotic thing that nobody else has as kind of their niche. Um, and I'm really proud of the formula we put out because we didn't use anything crazy. Um, but if you use our product, the feel and beard is probably a lot better than what people would think just by reading the label. And a lot of that comes down to the ratios we use. Ratios are such an overlooked part of a formula, um, and it just worked out really, really well. I'm super, super happy with the feel and beard and the results that customers are getting.
yeah, I would agree. I have a Wolverine. I have a pretty coarse beard myself, and I definitely get a good feeling beard. If you have any questions, the bearded legend himself, Disney, will help you. So just hit him up if you have any questions. John, yes, I agree. Definitely softness. I got that instantly on my first use. I was really surprised and even emailed John about that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right, Shakey's beards. Going ahead, watch Day again. Chris, Joe, sweat and puke from their food challenges. Yes, we are getting ready to hop off here. They go on at 9, so I always like to be respectful and give them their time as well. And so E-Rock, I was blown away after first use. So Shakey's, let me go back to this. I'm still expecting to see that Oreo and sour cream challenge. I will not forget that. So let me know when you post that. Thank you ahead of time. Disney Beardsman, I'll shoot you a DM later. All right. So I think that's going to conclude the show tonight. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the Bearded Feud and the hot seat that John was put in, which was not very hot, but it was fun. So Diablo Beard says E-Rock has. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not going to speculate. So um, John said he was having some personal issues, so we'll respect that.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and unfortunately I haven't talked to him in probably that amount of time either. He's. I will say that, Scott, from the interactions I've had with him, is a phenomenal dude. Um, and I know that unfortunately there was a lot of customer issues, and I don't know that it was just don't know that he was in a position to really do anything else than what he did. I don't know all the details, but he's definitely not the type of guy to ever stick customers on purpose. So whatever it was, I'm sure it was serious and warranted. I do feel bad for the customers, but it's tough to see a fellow business owner go through stuff like that. And
Definitely.
he's definitely not someone to just bail on people and be dishonest or take their money by any means. I can say that. So
Um,
I hope we see him again at some point because he is a great asset to this community. And he's an awesome dude.
Yep,
So
I heard. Unfortunately, I was not able to try them, but I heard so many great things from Disney
yeah,
and multiple other people. So thank you, Russ. I'm glad you enjoyed the show, and we will see you next week. And Shaky, he might post on IG. He might do a live. Ellie says, make sure you do it live. It will be awesome. Um, and that will be it. It is 8:57, so 9 o'clock. The cousins go on. Go ahead and hop over and support them. And we will see you next week for Trailer Talk Tuesday. And again, thanks to John and BloomBeards for coming on and joining us tonight.
yeah, for sure, man. I had a blast. I appreciate everybody popping in too. E-Rock, I'll get a hold of you too about your question, man.
All right, have a good night.
Thanks, everybody.